Hi, my name is Jack O'Leary, Head of Advisory at Edge by Essential, and I'm here to present to you our Store of the Future Trends view for 2022. When we at Edge by Essential think about the Store of the Future, we think about four key characteristics that help the store-based shopping environment differentiate itself from that of the online-based shopping experience. Those characteristics are: one, experiential. How does the store have an in-store experience that's highly differentiating from what a consumer can get online? Two, social. In what ways can the store serve as a physical point of experience and community, perhaps food consumption and things of that sort for today's consumer? Frictionless. In what ways are retailers removing points of pain in today's store-based shopping environment, and how that experience works? And finally, curated. In what ways can retailers present to the consumer new and discoverable assortment selections that they perhaps wouldn't find online? Today, we're leaning in on two of those characteristics and highlighting trends existing within kind of their realms. Frictionless, we're going to be looking at checkout-less stores for 2022, and social. How can stores serve as a central, community hub going forward? Now, first, in the realm of frictionless, when we think about frictionless, one of the top areas of pain in today's in-store shopping experience is the checkout and the checkout queue. We're seeing checkout-less stores finally move beyond novelty and actually scale extensively. We believe many consumers in 2022 are going to experience the checkout-less shopping experience for the first time. Most famously for those of us in Western markets, Amazon Go is deploying their stores more broadly, but we're seeing examples from the likes of Giant Eagle, Railway, Tesco, Sainsbury's, Aldi. In Asia, we're seeing from the likes of eMart, Family Mart. These stores are being deployed to all sorts of different formats and styles and in all different regions of the world, and they're gaining tremendous scale. And we expect it to be a key trend from 2022. Now, what is a checkout-less store? The idea is that a consumer scans in, identifies themselves upon entrance to the store. The store then, either via shelf waiting systems or computer vision technology, tracks what that consumer picks up and puts in their basket. And then the consumer simply just walks out the store being automatically charged and not having to have a checkout experience. There's two characteristics we like to think about in terms of these deployments. One is format flexibility. We're seeing a lot of checkout-less kind of kiosk setups being deployed for short periods of time in high footfall areas. That's one example where they're really trying to tap into the top consumer need state for a checkout-less environment. And two, one of the limiting factors of checkout-less stores has been the size of store this can be deployed in, and we're seeing advances there as well. Amazon's famous Amazon Go checkout-less technology is now being deployed to full-sized Amazon Fresh stores and Amazon Whole Foods markets, meaning that if traditionally you were a grocery player who did not think this was in your channel, it's now entering your channel in a meaningful way for 2022 and beyond. Now, jumping over to social and the idea that stores can serve as a central hub of community and time spent and belonging. One thing we're seeing is stores being utilized for a space of socialization and working. Albert Heijn in the Netherlands is launching a format called Albert Heijn To Go. Hundreds of these locations that are set up from your work from home employees to kind of have an office and a cafe style setup. We're also seeing full-fledged food service. Morrison's Market Kitchen in the UK is combining supermarket assortment with fresh food takeaway. There's other ways to tackle becoming a part of the community as well. Walmart is extensively leaning into having health clinics set up in their stores to really help the local community with those need states. And then finally, the assortment selections as well. Amazon 4-star stores curate their inventory selection around what's trending in the local area of where one of their stores is. What does this enhance for retailers? It drives traffic to the stores. It makes consumers spend more time in the stores. It also builds affinity for the retailer in the eyes of the consumer. All of this drives basket size and increases the profit of a store-based environment long term. Now, this all plugs into a new economic reality we see facing stores of the future here. All of the key characteristics are going to identify those stores that can win online, but one of the key things we like to think about is how are stores across these characteristics optimizing value through experiential, social, and curated elements? In what ways can stores be more operationally effective? So things like checkout-less stores, automation, digitization of stores to help with the bottom line amidst all these investments in new kind of store capabilities and fixtures and features. And then finally, and we'll talk about this a little bit more in the next part of this two-part series, in what ways can the stores be a physical asset to enable fulfillment solutions for these retailers going forward? Thanks for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Hello, my name is Jack O'Leary, Head of Advisory at Edge by Essential, and I'm here to present part 2 of a 2-part series of our view of the store of the future trends that are going to affect 2022. As we outlined in part 1, we believe that there are 4 key characteristics defining those store formats that will be successful in today's oftentimes e-commerce and digital dominated retail environment. Those characteristics, as a reminder, are experiential. In what ways do the in-store experience add value to the consumer and differentiate from an online shopping experience? Social, in what ways can stores serve as a hub of consumer time spent and community? Frictionless, how are stores removing some of the pain points of today's in-store shopping experience? And then finally, curated, what products and assortment is being presented to today's consumer for a discovery-like environment? One of the things we wanted to talk about within those characteristics are 2 key trends that we see affecting the future environment. The first of which is a frictionless operational one, and that is around stores being utilized for last mile fulfillment. And the second of which is what types of in-store experiences do we expect to see going forward that are data-driven and digitally involved. So in terms of stores being utilized as an asset for home fulfillment and e-commerce, we're seeing a few different deployments, partnerships, and models. One is this idea of the ever-increasing delivery speed arms race. We're seeing stores set up what they call virtual convenience stores. So there's examples like Kroger's Delivery Now in partnership with Instacart, Asda operating their 1-hour express delivery service for more than 100 stores. And the idea here is that you can get a limited selection assortment in ultra-fast speeds, under a half an hour in some cases here. This is oftentimes fulfilled either within the store's own capabilities in the case of Asda or through a partnership. Kroger Now operates through Instacart. There's also startups out there that are aligning around their own first-party rapid delivery. Gorillas is partnering with multiple retailers and operating their own operations for ultra-fast delivery speeds enabled by micro-fulfillment centers, automated fulfillment centers with small footprints located in urban areas to get items to consumers faster. Finally, we're also seeing in the very most future here, things like drone technology being deployed and utilized. Adopting this early technology, Walmart, Amazon, many of the top chain retailers around the world are leaning in and testing what potentially will be influencing our fulfillment experience in the next decade plus to come. Now, jumping over to a different area, and this is the integration of digital into the in-store experience, and how can today's digitally involved shopper have more of that experience in the aisle in the store here. One idea is around data-driven media activations. One of the key trends of 2021 is retailers standing up their media arms, and we're seeing that being deployed in store as well. Carrefour's new media business Lynx aims to develop its customer insights from 50 million loyalty card holders, delivering increasingly granular and location-specific in-store and online activations via things like in-store screens. They're intensely powerful media arms because they're marrying both online and in-store behavior from their consumers. We're seeing similar deployments from the likes of Walgreens. Walgreens has rolled out digital cooler screens that allow brands to target specific shopper types, times of day, occasions with impulse-driven ads on an actual physical cooler front screen here. And again, this integrates some of the data from their media arm as well. We're seeing things like shoppable displays as well. ShopRite's fresh-to-table shop-in-shop experience helps shoppers find fresh, on-trend items, and it actually features oftentimes in store a digital display with a QR code for scanning to help consumers better understand what products are in front of them, look up recipes, and for further purchasing behavior. And we're seeing it go as far as to the checkout as well. Walmart has 170,000 TV wall and self-checkout screens across its 4,500 US stores. Through their Walmart Connect ad network, it is using data and media activations to influence the whole digital shopper journey with these screens in store as much as they do on Walmart.com, their online platform. Now, where do all of these initiatives really line up with retailers' overarching key strategic initiatives? Well, first and foremost, as we talked about, value optimization. Consumers are getting more value out of their in-store experience as they're more data informed and differentiated from what they can get online. Second is operational efficiency. Omnichannel players have distinct advantage over their pure play counterparts, utilizing their store network as forward deployed inventory centers for doing things like fulfillment. So it better equips them to do things like ultra rapid delivery, like we talked about earlier. And then finally, digging more deeply on this, in what ways can these stores be a fulfillment solution for things like click and collect and other areas to make the last mile more affordable for the retailer operating it. But that's the second part of our 2-part series on 2022 trends. Thank you very much.